What's up guys, Topher here and welcome to my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys. As you know, I am a video game commentator. I love video games, but I love movies even more, to be honest. It's just a big passion of mine. I love going to the movies, watching movies at home, watching them on my iMac, on Netflix. Any way I can watch movies, I enjoy it, and it's a big passion of my life, and I think I'm going to start incorporating more movie type of stuff into my channel just because I love it so much. So I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys. I really hope you enjoy it. This is just my, my personal favorites. It's not the end-all be-all of lists, but I think it's a pretty good list. Let's get right into it here. Here's number 10. It's Heat. I recently mentioned this in one of my videos recently, and this is one of my favorite crime dramas ever. Has Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, really good cast. Tom Sizemore's in it as well, but the shootout in that movie, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't seen it, it's one of the best shootouts ever. A bunch of robbers versus a whole bunch of cops in a city downtown. It's really great, but really Pacino and De Niro really carry the movie with their relationship, and De Niro plays a good anti-hero and Pacino plays the cop, and just a really good movie. One of my favorites, obviously, here at number 10. Number 9, we have Terminator 2. Judgment Day. Great movie. As my video screws up here, hold on one second. There we go. One of my favorite action movies of all time. Has some of the best chase scenes, and Arnold's just such a badass in that movie. There he is holding the Model 1887s. I love that scene in that sewer or whatever. Really good. The T-1000, I believe that's what it was called, was one of the coolest villains ever. Really hard to kill, and just an awesome movie. I love James Cameron, and I thought that was his masterpiece, maybe other than Titanic, but Titanic wasn't really a personal favorite of mine. Number 8, we have a really great movie by the Coen brothers called The Big Lebowski. I hope most of you guys have seen this movie. It's one of those dark comedies. Really love that movie. I'm a really big Jeff Bridges fan and John Goodman fan. Probably John Goodman's best role in my opinion. He was just hilarious in that movie as Walter. And Jeff Bridges plays the dude who's a really great lead character, and just such a funny movie with another great cast. Probably the funniest guy in the movie though was John Turturro. He played a guy named Jesus. That's what he said his name was, but he's really funny. You should just watch the movie just for him. He's not even in it too much, but the scenes that he's in, he's just really funny and had a really fun story, and it's just one of those great dark comedies that I really enjoy. And I really love the Coen brothers too. Alright, number 7. This probably could have been higher on my list, but Pulp Fiction. Probably maybe the best cast put together of all time. I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan, and oh God, I love that movie. There's just so many memorable scenes with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta just talking. Not even the action sequences, but just the dialogue is great in that movie, and very fast-paced, and just a cool interweaving story. It's really cool. Ving Rhames is in it too, and Christopher Walken has some good scenes as well. Just a really well done movie. I think it came out in 1994, and it really still holds up really well. And Uma Thurman is super hot in that movie too. And Tim Roth is really great in that movie too. There's just a lot of great performances in that movie. It's definitely one of my favorites. I guess that's a crime drama too. That's a pretty common theme on my list here, but I love that movie so much. Number 6, we have a pretty recent movie, Inception, by my favorite director, Christopher Nolan, and that included my favorite actor as well, Leonardo DiCaprio. And I was so excited when I heard that they were getting together to do a movie, and then then I went to the theater and saw the movie, and I was just blown away by how original the script was and how cool of a story it was, and I really had never seen anything like it. Maybe the closest thing was maybe The Matrix, which could have been in my list, but it's not. But I really love Christopher Nolan, and once again, another great cast, and I really like Jordan Gordon-Levitt in the role as Arthur. I thought he was a really good number 2 type of a guy. And he was actually in my favorite scene, which was the scene in that hotel with the no gravity or whatever, and the rooms turning all over the place, and that is just a really cool fight scene. But I really like that movie. The special effects were really well done, and Christopher Nolan really knows how to tell a story and really, gets you thinking. When you see his movies, which I love. I really enjoy his work. All right, we have number 5 here, and we have Saving Private Ryan, which I talked about in my last video. And yeah, that made the list. It's probably my favorite war movie of all time. Platoon, I would say, would be a close second. But yeah, that opening scene is just what a way to get you, excited for a movie. It's just this huge, epic opening scene. And it lasts a good 15-20 minutes too, which is great. But Tom Hanks, I really thought he should have won the best Oscar for that movie, for Best Actor. I thought he really deserved it. He was just so believable in his role, and he was just so great and really carried that movie. But he had a lot of help with a great supporting cast. And probably my second favorite character in that movie was Jackson, the sniper. He just had a lot of really good, intense scenes, and reminded me of World at War with him shooting at Springfield. But that's a Steven Spielberg movie, and I really enjoy his work too. Not really his most recent stuff, but some of his older stuff is really, really good, like Jaws and Jurassic Park and Catch Me If You Can. He's done so many great movies. One of the best directors of all time, for sure. Number 4. One of the funniest movies of all time, maybe the funniest, Dumb and Dumber. It's pretty high on my list, but it's a movie I really, really enjoy. It's one movie I can just watch and watch, and I'm still going to keep laughing out loud because it's still funny. And I love like stupid humor like that. And Jim Carrey, he's one of the best, comedic actors of all time. Jeff Daniels was really funny too. And that movie just has so many rememberable scenes and lines, and it's just I just laugh thinking about that movie. It's just so freaking funny. The sequel that they made to it was absolutely terrible. They should have never even did it. But probably my favorite scene in that, which is a pretty gross scene, is the Jeff Daniels scene where he's going on the date with Mary, and he gets the X-Lax from Lloyd Christmas, which was really, really funny. That's one of my favorite scenes in that movie. But that's probably the most memorable for most people. But I think that's the funniest movie I've ever seen. And I still, it came out in 1993, and I still love that movie. All right, coming in at number 3, have The Departed with my boy Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. And it's a crime drama, and I believe it came out in 2006. And I saw it in theaters and was just blown away. Very fast-paced, thrilling type of movie with great acting, fantastic cast, a lot of nominations. I believe Scorsese won the Oscar for Best Director, which he definitely deserved. I was surprised he didn't win before that. Jack Nicholson, he played a really, really good villain. He was the mob boss, Frank Costello, and he was really great in that role, and he actually pulled off a pretty decent Boston accent. And the supporting cast was great too. Alec Baldwin and Mark Wahlberg, who got an Oscar nomination, was great. I really liked Ray Winstone. He was kind of the thug, the number 2 guy to Frank Costello. He was really great, and Martin Sheen was really good too. He had really good chemistry with DiCaprio, and just a really cool, believable movie. And Matt Damon was really good too. And that's definitely, in my opinion, definitely should be in my top 3, just because I love DiCaprio, love Scorsese, and I love crime dramas. So yeah, it has to be high on my list. All right, number 2, got Forrest Gump, classic. This movie just has it all. It has comedy, drama, action, some suspense. It just has everything. And Tom Hanks, he definitely deserved Best Actor, and he got it for the second year in a row after Philadelphia in 1993. He got it in '94 for Forrest Gump. And man, talk about some memorable scenes. There's just so many in Forrest Gump's. I gotta pay. That's one of the great great lines in that movie. And it's a great love story too. I'm not huge into love stories, but the love story with him and Jenny was, really good, really believable, and just a crazy story of this guy that just did extraordinary things. Just a normal guy with really below average intelligence, just doing these amazing things. And I really love the running sequences, and the music was great in that movie. It's just I think that was Robert Zemeckis that did that movie, and I like a lot of his stuff. I really like Tom Hanks too. Okay, down to number one. My favorite movie of all time is The Dark Knight. Yes, I'm a sucker for superhero flicks, especially if Christopher Nolan directs them, and I really like Christian Bale. I think he's just a great actor. Finally got an Oscar, which is about time, and he's definitely the best Batman ever. That's for sure, and this was definitely the best Batman movie ever. And it was just a great crime drama as a movie too. Heath Ledger, he pretty much stole the show though. He was just incredible as the Joker. Made it believable, and I loved the realistic approach to the Joker, and just kind of made him this crazy psychopath, and instead of just this funny jokester type of a guy. And oh, I just loved his themes of chaos and anarchy, and he just pulled it off. You know, when you're watching the movie, you don't see Heath Ledger, you see the Joker, which is, you know, the point of acting, and he really dedicated himself, and he really deserved the Oscar that he got. Rest in peace, Heath. And Harvey Dent was played great by Aaron Eckhart. He played a good Two-Face for like 15 minutes. It kind of sucked that they killed him, but he did really good in his role too. And probably my favorite scene in that movie is probably the Bat-Pod scene in the street where he's going straight at the Joker. Oh, I love that scene. It's just great. Even though the Batmobile blows up, which was kind of depressing, but I think it will be back in the next one. So really looking forward to the Dark Knight Rises. It's really going to be a hard movie to follow up. The Dark Knight was just so great, and I really think that's Christopher Nolan's masterpiece as a movie so far. He's pretty much all his movies are great and masterpieces, but Dark Knight's definitely my favorite one from him. And personally, that's my favorite movie of all time. Just great acting, great action, just a great, great movie. I love it. Can't stop watching it. Okay, I got honorable mentions here. 300, great action, very intense movie. Collateral, Tom Cruise is amazing. That's enough said there. Boondock Saints, some of the best action scenes I've ever seen. Lord of the Rings, just an epic movie. I love the Battle at Helm's Deep. X-Men First Class, I really enjoyed. I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I thought that movie was really well done. But yeah, that's my list, guys. That went by pretty quickly. But if you guys enjoy stuff like this, you know, I love movies. You know, like I said, as much as I love video games, probably more. But I hope you enjoyed this. Please, you know, leave some feedback. You know, if you guys did enjoy this, or if there's any ways I can improve this type of a thing. But like I said, I hope you guys liked it. Leave some movies that you know, maybe I left out or maybe I should see, so you know, they can get in my list in the future. You know, and if you guys have any more movie video ideas, please let me know. I will talk to you later.